Continuing on with our RPO sequence video series, we're going to talk now about the initial state, or the set initial state segment. And so we'll go ahead and, again, this is one that's already in as we load our default template satellites. It's one of the ones that we're going to use every time. And so it's already there in that RPO satellite. And so if we look here, this is what the set initial state sequence looks like. You have a number of parameters here. And the set initial state sequence, it sets the initial Cartesian position and velocity relative to the reference satellite, as well as the initial epoch. And it does this in the radial and track and cross track frame, which is convenient for doing RPO work. This sequence should only be used a maximum of once in an RPO mission, at the beginning after you set the reference vehicle with the set reference vehicle sequence. All right, so we can look here quickly at what the parameters are. You see you have radial, in-track, and cross-track position. You set those there. You have radial, in-track, and cross-track velocity. And then here's where your initial epoch is. And then we have some utility parameters, who this satellite is, and what the name of the sequence is. All right, so we're going to change this to a radial initial condition of negative 100 meters along the R-bar, and then set that guy to 0, just so we can see what happens when we run things. And then go ahead and run this guy. And if you've been watching our videos to this point, you'll know our next step is to go ahead and set our animation time to the initial time of the coast segment. And go ahead and then, I believe I ran it, we can run it again. And then go ahead and zoom to this guy. And we see that we're starting there at a negative 100 meters along the R-bar. And then, as with in the coast segment, because we have a different initial state than the target, as we propagate, we're going to drift. And so that's just what the coast shows there. But this is where we start. And that's what the set initial state sequence does, is it sets our initial state for us. And then if we were to go ahead and run this, we'll see how it can coast as it moves forward. But the point being, we started where we set the initial state. And so that is how the set initial state sequence works, and some details about it. And stay tuned for others.